Are you ready now? Ready, I'm ready. Extraordinary. You are ready now? You see, it's
multi-dimensional.
Are you ready now?
All day, all night, all year long, I run my world on limitation. Focus on my meditation.
Peace and power, family. You're now multi-dimensionally tuned in. Now, I want to talk about ringing in the ears. Have you been getting ear ringings more frequently? Like, you just be on your own, all of a sudden you just be staying, doing something. You could be the next thing you just start to hear, sing. Maybe on one ear. Most of the time it's one ear. It doesn't come from both ears. It comes from one ear. Like for me, right? Lately, every single day, it happens like twice a day. Or sometimes, I can't really tell, but it happens every time. I might just be doing something, all of a sudden, like, look, I could be in the middle of something, all of a sudden, ting, I get a signal from my left ear, or ting, the signal comes from my right ear. So anytime this happens, right, has this been happening to you? First things first, this is a call from higher realms. This is something that, not everybody can happen, not everybody gets it. This is just one of the many signs of advanced synchronicity. And what I mean is just like how you're seeing 111, 222, 333, 000, or something like that, or you're going places and you're seeing things on the wall, like maybe they write woke, or you're just going, or you're just seeing symbols and signs that make sense to your, as part of your journey, and things that you're learning, and they serve as confirmations to answer you. What you hear also is, it's more like calling. It's like, just take it to be this way. The higher forces, the higher realms don't speak English. Okay, so they speak frequency. So when you understand that words are a very low density way of expression, you understand that if you're privileged enough to hear ting or something like that in your ear, that is a big deal. That is a sign that a higher force is most likely by your side, all right? Or I want you to watch the movie The Knowing, or rather the name of the movie is Knowing, all right? See that movie. That movie is interesting. That movie speaks a lot about the end times, the solar flares. It speaks a lot of, watch that movie, fam. In fact, watch that movie and watch this video afterwards, or watch that movie after you watch this video. Now, you see those beings that kept coming to that little guy, that little kid, and that other little girl, right? Time after time, they kept coming to them to visit them. They kept coming to them to see them, they kept coming to them to see them. They kept coming to them to visit them. They kept coming to them to see them, right? Now, what happened? Now, that is just like a synonymous representation for the fact that you're hearing, ringings in your ear, or for the fact that you're seeing synchronicities. It's more or less like a sign like, look, you're chosen, but pay attention. So it's like they kept presenting themselves to the children once in a while, not to kidnap them, but just to show them signs. So those beings that kept coming to those children are a synonymous representation to maybe things like ringing in your ears. It is a higher force telling you, look, we're here with you. Like, we're here with you, relax. Or just don't panic, or maybe just keep doing what you're doing. We're with you. Don't worry. Because sometimes, as humans, we often need reminders. Sometimes it's like, sometimes you need reminder. You might hear the ringing today and you don't hear it for 2 days. You might be like, what's happening? But then you see a reminder again. So boom, that's one thing. All right. Another thing, right? If you pay attention to the stars, I stargaze every day now. Like, I'll be up. These days I don't sleep till 5 a.m. and I don't know why, but I like it. It's actually important, because I understand that in as much as sun gazing, right, is very powerful, stargazing is equally as powerful as well. Now, I stargaze every night. Every night I'm looking at the stars, and I'm just looking at the stars, and I'm thinking. I'm just taking deep breaths, observing the stars. Taking deep breaths, observing the stars. Taking deep breaths, just wondering about the beauty of the stars while I look at the stars. Emotionally feeling why I'm looking at the stars. Why? Because most of those stars there are actually our ancestors. Most of those stars there are for us. What if those stars represent, back again, watch the Knowing movie. What if those stars represents those ships that came down, but those stars have just been up there waiting. They've just been up there waiting, that when it's time, like, I'm thinking so deep right now. What if those stars represent those type of things? Because nobody really knows what the fuck is going to happen, but then we can feel that something the fuck is going to happen, right? So what if, because if you notice, look up, you see some shiny stars that are quite close, weirder than normal. Yeah, like, I never seen that type of thing a couple years back, but now it's really weird, right? And if you think I'm talking shit, go this night or something, if there are no clouds blocking your sky, and just pay attention to what the stars are doing. So once again, now I've been telling you guys that there's like the bigger stars. The bigger stars are more obvious and conspicuous in the stars. Every night I always see Jupiter and Saturn close to each other. I always see Mars. I always see Venus by 5 a.m. Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. I see them. They're not hiding. I see them so clearly, right? Currently, Mercury is in the nighttime. Mercury will be at the bottom, right? Because in the nighttime, that's 190 is 180 degrees today, right? So currently the sun is in Virgo, so Mercury will be at the bottom, right, which is in Virgo, right? So when the sun is in Mercury, that means the sun, the sun with Mercury, the sun is in Virgo at least. So that means that Mercury is with the sun. So currently right now, right, if I open my app for you, all right, check this out. So boom, you can see that opening my app, the Mercury is in Virgo. But you won't just see this because it's in days. So like stars are always revolving. So Mercury is really there right now with the sun, but we just can't see it. All right. Today is not Wednesday, but yeah, Mercury's influence is there with the sun right now. That's what it means to say we're in Virgo season. All right, because Mercury is Virgo. But anyways, with that being said, now, so the stars are up there, and aside talking about the planets, the stars themselves, so many of those objects you see up in the stars, sometimes I see the stars moving. I'm telling you, look, sometimes I just be looking at the stars and the stars might move. They just be moving like, I'm like, wait, hold on. Is it the stars or is it the cloud? Then I block the cloud with my hand. I'm like, wait, this shit is moving. I'm like, what's going on? So like, there's some shit up there. If you don't believe me, just take some time to stargaze. I'll be stargazing, I'll be sun gazing, I've been cloud gazing even. Last night I was looking at the cloud. Then I just kept looking at the cloud. All of a sudden the cloud took a cloak of something that looked like a very big mattress. It was so linear in its structure that is not how clouds do. It was like a square, right? You could tell that something, it was like a cloaked mattress. It looked like a cloaked flying mat. Normally these clouds are always, they always look like shapeless and more, but they always just take different shapes. But it looked like flying mats. Look at how the clouds look now, right? It's not like this. This one has some curved shape. It was looking so linear. I was like, what am I seeing? I was seeing some shit in the stars. And anyways, in the clouds, last night. All right. So anyways, that's for that. Anyways, man, that's for that, man. Just pay attention when you have ringing in the ear, right? Watch the movie The Knowing, because this thing speaks a lot about a lot of things that are so relevant with the things that are going on now. All right, you feel me? So that's a sign that your spirit guides are trying to tell you that they are close to you. They are really around you, but are you listening to them? Another thing is your spirit animals. All right, do you often have encounters with spirit animals? Lately, myself, I don't hide it. I always post these things. I'll be seeing like y'all be on my live streams. I'll be seeing owls, birds be coming to just. What the fuck is a bird coming to look for me for by 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m.? I'll just be chilling. The next thing, the owl just comes by my window and just makes his noise. I swear down so many times, y'all know I've been on a live stream and y'all heard this bird. And I actually introduced you to the bird, but like not physically, but I showed that thing you just heard was an owl. Boom. I've seen cats, right? I saw this cat some days back. I was just down the road. I saw this blue cat. This cat with blue eyes. I was just chilling with the cat. The cat was just, just purring beside me. Was, when it's doing purr, like it was. I'm like, this shit is not weird because I understand what it is. But me 1 year ago, we think this shit is weird. This shit is not weird in any way, shape, or form. It's real. So boom. Pay attention to synchronicities. Pay attention to ringing in your ears. Pay attention to maybe the animals you're seeing recurrently. That might just be your spirit animal, you feel me? And pay attention to more things of this nature, because these are very exciting times we are in. So don't neglect any of these things. These are signs that your spirit guards, you can call it your spirit guards, you can call it higher forces, you can call it your ancestors if you may. The main idea here is the higher you, the higher force that has selected you as a chosen one. Yes, some people will be like, everybody's a chosen one. Listen, many are called, but few are chosen. Not everybody is chosen, unfortunately. I don't want to be, not everybody is chosen, but for the fact that you have an intention to want to know about the truth, let alone to me, that makes you chosen. Because do you know what it is to want to really know about? Do you know how the intensity of wanting to know about what is real, what is really going on? That is a sign that you came here to, your heart space gravitates towards wanting to know what is going on. For example, you're chosen, you're watching this video, you're most likely your chosen one. Why did I say so? Oh yeah, right. Who will you say might not be your chosen? Or your family members who may not be interested in wanting to even give a damn, despite the fact that you tell them. That might just be, look, this is hard to swallow, but that might just be an example of who might not be chosen. Once again, go and watch the movie knowing. Look, that might just be an example. All right, that might just be an example for real, because like I'm telling you, for the fact that you're interested in finding information like this very interesting, and you feel like you're learning something from, look, that's just a freaking sign. I don't care what race you are, just get the point. Get the point. So once again, in summary, man, this video is going to be one of my shortest videos. Keep your heart space high, keep your vibration up. Don't settle for less when it comes to, you know, taking care of yourself and putting yourself on a pedestal of being number one in your reality. Don't settle for less. Yes, everything that you're seeing, what your intuition is telling you is most likely true, but your intuition will tell you things based upon the things that you feed your intuitive center, which is your solar plexus. So clean up your diet so that, you know, your intuition can interpret certain things and certain messages that the universe is trying to communicate with you via. Never panic. All right, it's your reality, so you can make sense. Everything you think is most likely true. Like, don't be doubting things. Don't be doubting, all right? Like, doubt is actually created by this matrix to make us not to trust our own inner feeling, all right? Then when you start to doubt less, then your inner feeling and you start to work more, and then this is how you communicate so frequently and easily with your spirit guides or the higher forces via intuition, because that's how they talk to you. Once again, ain't nobody gonna speak English to you. This whole thing is frequency. So best believe if you hear a ringing in your ear, that shit might just be coming from above, because you are tuned into the frequency from that star that might just be up there, because you are a seed, you're a star seed that came down here to germinate into the earth. So you came down here, and then you just placed in you is the same biochip that is placed in that star up there. I'm just saying, like, imagine what I'm saying, right? So boom, so that star can contact you anytime it wants through frequencies or through your intuition. Feed your intuitive center so that you can actually not be doubting these things. Because, and if you go to a doctor and say, doctor, I have something ringing in my ear, your doctor will tell you that you're crazy. Or, I mean, pardon me, your doctor will tell you that, you know, it's some dysfunction, but it's normal. Doctors think they know everything. These people are about to realize they don't really know damn shit. They don't really know all that they think they know, because the matrix backs them up. The matrix tells doctors, all right, we're going to brand you as this person who knows all. You know, just be confident in your knowing nothingness, or knowing, you know, that's the thing about, much respect to doctors who have done things, but for real, y'all don't really know shit. All right. And it's not like I know more than you, but I have the potentiality to actually know more than what you know if I just believe in myself. All right, man, synchronicities is a real thing, and ear ringing is a sign of synchronicities. Pay more attention to gazing in the stars in the night, because it is possible to gaze at the stars, and just after gazing at the stars for, let's say, 20 minutes, just emotionally, just keep your phone sometimes, just look at the stars and imagine. You will learn a lot of information. Lately, right, one of the next set of videos I'm going to come out with, right, I don't know how soon, but I'm working on it. Now, I've been learning how to read the stars, the constellations. Do you know that it is possible, right? Just the way it is possible to read a birth chart. The way you see a birth chart, is possible to read it by just sitting outside and observing the stars and knowing what time it is. By understanding that we have a North Pole, we have a South Pole. So if we are currently in September right now, I'm going to end the video on this final note. If we are in September right now, let me just give you this instance. If we're in September right now, and now if you use that Skyview app, you will see something that the new moon is in Virgo. New moon is in, no, when new moon right now, right? The new moon is in where? Virgo, right? I think in Mercury, something like that. Now the full moon was in Pisces. What does that tell you? If the full moon is the 100 and is like this phase, and it was in Pisces, then the new moon will be this phase and is in Virgo, right? Boom. Anyways, that's just for the moon. Now the sun is in Virgo, so that means that the moon will be in. So if the sun is in Virgo, that will be a perfect 180 degrees to the moon, which will be in Pisces. Boom. All right, so we know that. Okay, so once it is 12 a.m, boom, on the dots, depending on where you are, 12 a.m will signify that we are at exactly 180 degrees. Virgo will now be exactly on the bottom of your feet, and you know, and Pisces will be exactly at the top of your head. So that will mean that currently Mars will just be in front of you because Mars is currently in retrograde with Aries. So if Pisces constellation is here, I know I'm not showing you guys this thing, but I'm not explaining it, but this is what I was explaining in that video. If Pisces constellation is here at the moment, because we are in Virgo, remember we're in September, Virgo is 180 degrees. Virgo is opposite to Pisces. So if Pisces constellation is here, Virgo constellation will be here. So boom, Aries constellation will be just in front. All right. That's why if you look and you see Mars in front of you, if you see a red tiny star that's red, if you see Mars, right, that just simply tells you right now that boom, that's where Aries is. So boom, what follows after Aries? If we have Pisces, we have Aries, and we have Taurus, we have Gemini, we have Cancer that follows in front. All right, I'm pointing right now, you can't see me. So boom, that will teach you that, okay, if you can tell that Aries is here, and you can tell that the North Pole is in Pisces, and you can tell that the South Pole is currently in Virgo, boom, you can get the rest of everything by simply just knowing the position of where the other planets and constellations, the other constellations are. Then you can now understand what the houses are. The houses are always going to be stationary. Right, so boom. All right, so in summary, right, this is just a tit for tat. I'm going to talk about a lot more about this. It's so exciting. I'm going to touch more about it on one of my next videos, right, about how you can actually start to read stars without needing an app. All right, definitely in the beginning stages you need maybe like a natal chart app from maybe like astro.com or AfroDance or one of these things of those nature. But eventually, if you combine the information from that chart, then use it to contrast information from that Skyview app, and then still become a stargazer, observe the app, you're gonna learn a lot, fam. My telescope is on the way. My telescope is on the freaking way. I ain't playing no games with anybody, man. I'm finna get a telescope and observe. Like I'm taking this shit deep. I'm taking this shit deep because I'm predicting, like, see, they might take off the internet soon, and I'm not trying to put you in a panic. I'm just thinking deep. I want to be able to observe the whole thing. Maybe we might just know so much at the point where when they off the internet, think of how much stuff you have access to then. Now, how are you gonna be observing certain things anymore? How are longitude and latitude placements gonna, how are GPS systems gonna work? You're not gonna be able to tell anything with the matrix system again. So we now have to go back to the original. So, like, I'm trying to learn to read the stars for real. Like, look, I'm reading the stars now. Like, look, I understand why Mercury is there. I understand why, and this is daytime, so where I'm pointing might not exactly be, but I know what I'm doing. I understand why Mercury will be there at 12 o'clock in the night now. I understand why Jupiter and Saturn are usually at this side. I understand why Venus rises in the morning just close to the sun when the sun is rising, because currently the sun is in Virgo. So man, family, I'm gonna just keep this a buck, right? Wait for that video to come. I'm gonna theoretically manifest a way I can explain this to y'all. But with all that being said, I'm waiting for my telescope to come so that I'm gonna get this game going, crazy. So yeah, take care of yourself, stay highly vibrational, eat healthy, eat well, because your health, your wealth, your health is your wealth, and your health is your health is your wealth. And by eating healthy, this is how you can feed your intuitive center for you to manifest information that is meant for you. All of us are here to connect with ourselves, our higher selves, and our higher selves always gives us information we need because we are seeds. We are representing our solar system where we came from. Everybody came from a different solar system, so we are seeds. Now represent your solar system, collect information from these higher beings by making your body a susceptible vibration to be good vibration, right? A high vibration, so that you can be in the frequency, divine frequency, that only your receivers can, your system, your galactic system, whatever you want to call it, where you're from, all right, can send information to you. But if you're eating rubbish, you're going to be susceptible to the frequencies of this matrix, and then your galactic people, your people won't find you. They won't find you. They can be protecting you or something, but they can't tell you information, because how will they channel it to you if you're not on the frequency to be channeled information to? Anyways, all that being said, man, take care of yourself, peace and power, stay highly vibrational, stay multidimensional. I'm out.
Hey, the big man. Listen to the big man.